Okay, that person you all know and love is back. Me. But anywho's, we are talking today about my ancestry. Y'all know Ancestry.com changed some stuff around on me and my mom's. And they know I'm pretty pissed off at them because they took off my Italian part. It doesn't mean it's not there. It's just not on my tree yet. Didn't find the ancestors yet, even though I know they're there and I know exactly who they are now. But they took it off of my FTDNA, GEDmatch, and 23andMe have not removed. I've still got my Italian on there. So, hey, I'm still Italian for all these little buttholes. They'll be out here, oh, no, you're not Italian. No. Honey, trust me, I am. But anywho, and I found me a cousin in New Jersey, 68% Italian. He lives right next door to Snooki in New Jersey. I was like, yes! I love it. He is on my Facebook now. But anyways, as we were saying, I'm going to discuss me and Mom's changes on Ancestry. You need to look at my my YouTube page for the older ones because for some reason when I try to click updates to look at the old ones, it doesn't show me. Oh, it says view previous estimates. Here it goes. Okay. We're going to start with my mother because I decided to start with her first. They had said previously that she had 28% Great Britain, 26% Scandinavian, 25% Ireland, Scotland, Wales, 14% European South, Italy, Greece, 2% Finland, Northwest Russia, European West, 2%, Iberian Peninsula, which is Spain, which is 2%, and Caucasus, which is Caucasus Mountains, and like where Turkey, Azerbaijan, all that stuff is, less than 1% for my mom. They have updated it, and I feel like the updates really, even though I'm pissed off at them, they're more accurate. They're way more accurate. It goes with my tree, it goes with my family history. Yeah, it's a lot more. They did a better job of it. They've fine-tuned it and got it right down to exactly how it's, and I'll tell you because I know my family history now, I can explain and tell you the cool things about who I'm related to because I thought I was related to some murderers, some poor farmers, people that, you know, the tree would end at a certain, you know, I found a lot and I was shocked. I mean, I'm not even done with it. And the people I found, I was like, I'm related to them? How the heck did I not know that? So, okay, I'm going to say this. My mother's new estimates are, let's put this over here. She is 73% England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe. Which, that includes England, Scotland, Wales, which when I explain my heritage after this, you will understand where all this is coming from. My mom is 23% Ireland and Scotland, which is Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. I never understood the difference in Wales, but I guess there is a difference. Sweden, my mom always said she was Swedish. She was right. She's 3%. So, and Finland, 1%. Now, my estimates are a little bit different than hers because of that unknown dad, and I think I figured out where his DNA is coming from, but anyway, compared to hers. But just put it this way, I've got African in my DNA, my mama don't. So, anyways, with the update, my previous estimates on me, which I'm completely mixed. I'm like a freaking mutt. But anyways, it's all good though. Hey, I was 44% Great Britain, 13% Ireland, Scotland, Wales, 12% Scandinavian, 12% European South, Italy, 5% Caucasus, 3% Iberian Peninsula, 3% European East, and then 3% Finland, Northwest Russia, 3% Senegal, which is Africa, and 1% European West, and less than 1% Nigerian. Now, they've removed most of that. And now, and when I say this, my DNA makes sense with my tree. I mean, it completely makes sense. I mean, I'm going to explain to you who I'm related to and like things that I found out. Then you're going to understand a little bit better. But anyways, here we go. This is my ethnicity right now. I am currently 64% England, Wales, and Scotland. Which I already knew I was a Viking anyway, but anywho. Ireland and Scotland, 21%, which is Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. I am 7% Norway, which I told y'all I was a Viking. I wasn't playing. And there's a story to that one. 2% Mali, which is in Africa. And then I've got 2% Finland. And it also includes Russia Northwest, but it's mainly Finland. And then there is Senegal, 2%, which is another part of Africa. And then I am 1% Spain. They didn't even put Iberian Peninsula. They just straight up said Spain. So I think that's daddy's blood there. I'm 1% France, which includes Italy in it, which is their new estimates, but it does include Italy and, oh, I forgot what it includes. Hang on, what does it say? I'll have to click down here and look, because it includes a lot of different regions. On France is Andorra, Belgium, Italy, Luxembourg, Monaco, Spain, and Switzerland. So, right there. And, oopsie. Hang on. Let me go back. I'm sitting here clicking around. Sorry. Can't see what I'm doing when I'm doing two things at once. So, okay. And then we were at France. And then I am less than 1% Sweden. Which most of the Vikings come from Sweden and Norway. We already know this. I'm going to tell y'all my things I found while discovering this DNA stuff and the people I'm related to. Which is ridiculous, because how could I not know this? All I ever knew in my life was who my grandparents or great-grandparents was. I didn't know very much about anybody else. A lot of them, like the certain sides of my mom's family, we never knew. So, but that was just because most of them died way before I was born. I was born in 83. A lot of them hung out in the 60s and the 70s. I wasn't born then. But I've currently been to some family reunions, and I'm changing things. I've got the third one coming. I'm trying to get a couple more going to meet these people. But as I was saying, my mom, you know, she didn't know much of anything. That's why I did this, because she couldn't hardly tell me anything. She's got bad memory. She's like almost 70. So it was like, Mom, how could you not know anything about your family? Hello. But anyways, so I ended up talking to her. And it's funny, because on my mom's mother's side of the family, we're related to a king. A French king at that, from the Perkins side. But that's not the grandpa's side of the family. Woo! Let me tell you, I was like, Grandpa, where was that coming from? Anyways, but I've always been a Southern girl. I always knew that. I was born and raised in Kentucky. My family originally came from Tennessee. Most of all of them came from Tennessee and Graves County, and then moved here. So it shouldn't have been shocking, but it was, because I always go hang out in certain areas. Used to go out to the bars, you know, back in the day, you know, and had no clue about any of this. But anywho, on my mom's dad's side, my mother's maiden name is Lee. A Lee married a Forrester. So on my mom's dad's side, I am fourth cousin, 7 times removed, to General Robert E. Lee. And it took me a long time to figure that one out, because the records was off. And I found out that my 6th great-grandfather is Jesse Jehu Fitzhugh Lee. And he was left out of a lot of the Lee Bibles and stuff. And then I started getting like hints, and a man had sent a Meadows. I got DNA matched with Meadows, which was his wife. A man sent me some letters to my house, and then I investigated further and found that Elizabeth Lee had found some stuff in her trunk that verifies that I'm related. And then whenever I start clicking in all these last names of all these people tied to them, it shows up on my DNA. So, I mean, and that's where Count Rollo, Rolf the Viking, comes in. I told you I was a Viking because me and Robert Lee are related to Count Rollo, and he was the Duke of Normandy, France. So that's where the French is coming in, and I'm related to a couple of kings of France, some kings in England, and Charles I of Sicily, a king of Sicily. He was from France. So that's where that's coming in at. I haven't gotten that far, but it's already on the Leeds of Virginia website. I've already seen most of all the stuff talking about how Count Rollo and Robert E. Lee are related. So that's cool. So I understand where that's coming from, where all the England, Scotland, Ireland, all that stuff's coming from. Because on my mom's, my mother's father was, my mom's dad's mother and dad, William Henry Lee, married Maddie Mozilla Forrester Lee. And lo and behold, that Forrester is Clan Forrester, which is Scotland. And with that family, I am fourth cousins, third times removed to Nathan Bedford Forrest, which all you idiots in Memphis better watch your back. Destroying my family's heritage, that shit ain't cool. Honey, now that I know that's my family, I'm going to hunt you down. I will hunt you down. But anyways, yeah, so I always looked at pictures of the two of them and saw resemblances in me of, like, people that I knew and faces. Like, my mom has blue eyes. My daughter has blue eyes. I have hazel. But like the facial structure of theirs and mine, and then our noses. Me and Mom have the Lee nose, and then like the face is more in line with the cheekbones and stuff with Nathan. And I've got a lot of Forrester DNA. Lots of DNA with the Forresters. And on top of that, not only are we a Scottish clan, I'm related to him. Oh, they dropped the Forrester with Nathan. There's like 4 different variations of Forrester, Foster, Foster, and Forrest. So I heard it was something to do with one of the family members got pissed off and dropped the name because they were mad at a family member. And that's kind of funny because my 3rd great-grandfather got pissed off at somebody over $5 and got buried somewhere else. So that's kind of funny. And, you know, it kind of goes in that family, which I can kind of see where I get my attitude from. But anyways, with that family, I found out, married into that family, that I'm also related to James Robertson, who founded Nashville, Tennessee. So not only is that family with Nathan Bedford Forrest, that family also founded Nashville, Tennessee. And so I've been to the cemeteries down there and doing a lot of research with my family there, the Gowers, Robertsons, and I'm going to go to Nashville. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff when I get there. But I was shocked because, I mean, I was born and raised in Paducah, just 2 hours down the road. There's a Gower where I live at, up the road, about 10, 12 minutes up the road is a Gower. It's called the Gower House. It's in Smithland, Kentucky. And I'm pretty sure that Andrew Gower that owned that house was my cousin. He came from Nashville, and he came down the Cumberland River, stopped here in Smithland, which is where the end of the Cumberland River is. And he was one of those river travelers because he ended up dying and was buried in Owington, Kentucky. So, off the river, off Kentucky River. So, I mean, I had no clue about none of this. I mean, I wasn't looking for famous people. I was looking for local people, you know, things that, I mean, not people I read about in books and always looked at them and was like, they kind of resemble, you know, but I didn't, you know, until I finally decided. I just sat down one day. I was like, I'm tired of not knowing anything about my family. Half my family died. None of my family talks to each other anymore. So that's why I started doing this to begin with. That's the whole point for this ancestry thing. I mean, at first I started it because I never knew who my daddy was. Never. My mama met some dude up in Washington, like I said, got it on. Got back on a bus in 82 and ended up at 83 here. She was working somewhere, off some coast somewhere, and she doesn't even remember the name of the dang town she was in. I'm like, Mom, seriously, you gonna go off with some dude you met in Florida and go to Washington? And the dude apparently had a kid. And then the only clue I got was from a chick that lived in Oregon that came up as my first cousin on there and said that she thought that the dude's name was Paulson. But whenever I look at her DNA and mine, it looks like it's coming from the Perkins side of the family, or the Spicer. So I don't think she's related to me through my dad, unknown dad. And whenever I did my DNA, none of, like, there's people that come up that I don't recognize any of the names. It might be him. A lot of them, if they come from California and that part of the state, I probably never know who he is. But hey, my mama's side makes up for everything. She's just, yeah. My mom, I'm like, geez, Mom. I mean, I've got a family book now. I went and got a family book. I've been to the area where my family grew up, with the Forresters, Sugar Creek in Centerville. There's Forest Road. I got family off Cox Cemetery Road, which is where, in Cottage Grove, Tennessee, where I told you my grandpa was from. The two people how I'm related to Robert E. Lee and Nathan Beverly Forrest are buried there. And it's my family cemetery. It's kind of cool to see all. And I had no clue. I feel like a freaking idiot. I mean, who would have thought that I'm related to all these people? I mean, seriously. I was shocked. Just put it this way. I know I'm a country girl, but I mean, geez. And this whole racial crap, people running their mouths, talking crap about my family, taking down their statues, that shit's gotta go. I mean, seriously, ain't nobody got time for that. This is, what, 2018? And just because you bunch of snowflake, racist, snow turd retards, I'm sorry, quit sniffing condoms and eating Tide Pods. Get over it. First of all, I'm triracial, and those are my family members, so I will hunt you down. And you know what the good thing about this is I found the last name Hickey, which is Mariah Carey's mother's maiden name, and she's Irish, and it's on my DNA match. But I haven't found her, but there's some people, Hickeys in Tennessee, might be related, because me and Mariah both share the same type of DNA. We're both Irish. I have Spain, she has Venezuelan in her, and we both have African. I love it. Love it. Yes, everybody was like, oh, you gonna be mad that you got African in you? Hell no, I'm not. Mariah Carey is my favorite singer. And I admit, I used to coon hunt, and I'm a redneck, but I don't care. I still like Mariah Carey. She can sing. So what? I like music. I like people who can sing like me. Guess it's in my Scottish blood there, because a lot of us Scotch chicks do that, and a lot of us Irish people like to sing too. Speaking of which, I love the Cranberries. So sad that she died. So sad. But anyway, it kind of makes sense. All the things I ever loved and liked to do, it kind of goes to my it's weird. I always knew I was a Viking. Hell, I got that attitude, man. I'm like, take all. I don't even care. I got, even law enforcement, I'm like, look, I'm the boss, bitch. I don't care. But anyways, it's the truth, so. And it explains, because look at all the great generals and everybody I've had in my family, down to Count Rollo. I mean, serious. And if you don't know who that is, Count Rollo, Rolf the Viking, look it up with the Lees. We are related. Like I said, kings in France and all that. I've investigated. I need to contact the Lees of Virginia just to make sure and verify some stuff. But I know it's right, because my cousin down in McKenzie runs a genealogy center and got me to my 5th great-grandfather, which was Daniel Lee, who was from Lincoln County, and that's where we got stuck at Lincoln County, Tennessee, because we didn't know to look further in certain counties. And when you look at the map, it's really, all those counties are not that far from Cottage Grove. Like, it's maybe 3 hours from, so back in those days, when they was all over the place, it was hard to pinpoint. But yeah, I found them in Jackson County, Tennessee, which is like, that's where the puzzle was in Jackson County. So now I got to drive down there and do some investigating. But I've been to Nashville. I want to go to Scotland. I got 2 castles and a ducat. One of the castles is tore down, but I got a ducat. And I got a castle that Mary Queen is still standing. Mary Queen of Scots and Thomas Cromwell stayed in, but someone lives in it now. But they should let Mama come home. I'm just saying. And anyways, no, I just want to go visit. That'd be kind of cool. And I kind of figured with my attitude, I had that kind of ethnicity in me, But, who would have thought? Seriously, who would have really thought that?